Welcome back, and we've got even more stuff. Got to keep the language clean for the first 30 seconds or risk getting demonetized. Yeah, so we've got more the day before stuff to run through. And by the way, this one's going to be really quick, and in case you can't tell, unscripted. And why the day before? 2 days in a row? Again, because I've been covering these clowns ever since their announcement trailer. You keep tuning in to get the latest news. It's modern gaming drama, and I love milk. So take that whatever way you want. Okay, back to it. TLDR. Flashback to December. FNTASTIC launches the day before. It's an unmitigated disaster. It's nothing like the trailers. It's nothing like what they told us it would be. It turns out to be a featureless, barren, buggy POS extraction shooter when it was supposed to be the next genre-defining zombie survival MMO. I mean, we all know the script here. Players immediately saw it for what it was. They started dropping negative reviews by the boatload, and 4 days later, FNTASTIC posted to Twitter that the day before was a financial failure. They lacked the funds to soldier on, and all income received was being used to pay off debts. And I'm honestly not sure how that one works out, because in case you don't know, Steam holds the money, I think it's something for like 30 days after the end of a calendar month, before taking their platform cut and then sending the remainder to the publisher. What income is FNTASTIC mentioning here? I mean, who in the hell knows? There was also this alleged leaked internal document and message from one of the brothers, FNTASTIC, basically saying they had wet the bed with the day before. Half the initial sales had already been refunded back. The game did worse for them than Prop Night, go figure. So yeah, the sky is falling, the players saw through it, we're in deep shit. Then Mytona, the publisher, shot off this message basically saying they're sorry for the terrible state of the day before, as if they didn't know this game was this bad prior to launch, and that they were working with Steam to coordinate getting out refunds to anyone who wanted one. So at this point, even Mytona knew they were sitting on a ticking time bomb, and they needed to get out of this mess and get out quick. Servers for the game officially closed earlier this week, and I'm sorry, I don't have the exact date off the top of my head. Again, I'm just laying this track down unscripted, but it was this week. So at this point, everything for the day before and FNTASTIC was officially now off the grid. The studio announced they were closed in December. The game itself was delisted, and refunds were forcibly issued to all players, regardless of if they had applied for one. Even their other game, Prop Night, was caught up in this closure, and the servers for that one were also nuked. Fast forward to yesterday, January 24th, FNTASTIC's Twitter account just all of a sudden springs to life and posts this crazy wall of text, again pointing the finger at everyone, never themselves, including and focusing in on those pesky bloggers who ran this coordinated hate campaign against the game. Of course, it's all unfounded, it's all baseless, and it was because of those YouTubers and streamers that this game ultimately failed. They also lay down a ton of deflections. It's the standard dog and pony show. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't take any money. We gave it all back. Here, let me look at their exact words just so I get it right, including forcibly issuing refunds to those who did not request them. And then, how many companies return money like that? Raising the question, how many companies should need to return money like that? Like, this isn't a Purple Heart. They didn't do an unquestionable act of kindness here. Then they went into this whole string of lies because, of course, they did. This is FNTASTIC's MO. Whatever you saw in the trailers was in the game, minus a few little items like parkour, which has been shown to be a complete and total lie. I mean, that is utter bullshit. Never mind that this game was and is still showing as an MMO when it was in fact a buggy mess of a basic extraction shooter. Here's the gist of it. They tried, they got caught, the publisher had to step in, Steam stepped in. It was basically FUBAR from the moment the game went live to the minute the server shut down. Now, me being me, I knew FNTASTIC's game plan. I knew what they were going to try to do, so I grabbed a few screenshots before they pulled their completely foolproof plan out of the hat again, which is to delete anything that they get called out on because, you know, that way nobody's going to have proof of the stuff they posted. And who knows, maybe that's the way it works in the alternate universe of the Brothers FNTASTIC, where they have this magical delete button and they can say and do whatever the fuck they feel like, hit delete, and all the proof is just magically blown away. But they still haven't caught a clue as to how the real world works. Anywho, their post from yesterday, it's full of lies, completely disingenuous. It gets community noted over on Twitter. So you've got this original post. This is attempt number 1, by the way, because more are incoming. Yeah, just hold on to your butts here. Anyways, post number 1 gets the community note, and luckily I saved the damn thing to my desktop because FNTASTIC seems to shit solid gold every few hours. And this note calls out their claims that the finished product only had minor changes and was basically just like the original trailer, which obviously it wasn't. I mean, very clearly. It also cites an Insider Gaming article calling the game a, quote, scam by every measurable metric, which is absolutely spot on. It's a perfect description of the day before. The game was a scam. They were lying about it the entire time, and the community nailed them. So, what does FNTASTIC do? They delete post number 1. So this entire message, all the comments calling them out, calling them liars, and the community note is now just poof, gone. End of story, right? We're just getting started because the brilliant minds at FNTASTIC instead post the exact same message. This one I'm showing on screen a second time. No changes. No admissions of guilt. They didn't change a single letter or piece of punctuation. Just a big ol' fuck you. You were mean to us the first time. You said stuff about us that we didn't like. You nailed a community note to our honest thoughts about the day before. So we're going to post a fresh copy to Twitter a second time. Me being me, I responded to them, letting them know that the big L would be following them around forever. And oh, by the way, here's your first community note because you left it behind when you deleted the post, but I didn't want you to be lonely without it. And wouldn't you know it, their second post gets hit with a second community note, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for not screenshotting that one because it was different than the first note. So now, FNTASTIC is 2 for 2. They're batting 1,000. A complete sham of a lie posted to Twitter, the community fights back, and they hit both of these with community notes, calling them out. And keep in mind, FNTASTIC has already posted back in December that they're shutting down. The money is gone. The games are going nowhere. They've basically thrown in the white towel of surrender. We give up. So why in the hell are they all of a sudden, out of the blue, spewing a bunch of crap on Twitter, still defending their blatant lies? I mean, it makes no logical sense, right? What's the end game here? Because there's nothing left. The games, the studio, their YouTube videos, their game's official webpage, even their individual LinkedIn pages, they're all disabled and or gone. And more on this in a sec. Because the story doesn't end here, and you would think that any rational, sane, logical individual would say to themselves, well, shit, we posted once, we got a community note, we got a bunch of backlash, and we ended up deleting it. We tried the same play again, and we posted it a second time. We got a second community note. The comments called us out. We deleted it again, and you would think that this person would just call it quits here. But this is FNTASTIC we're talking about, baby, and it's time to blow your mind. They actually tried the exact same play a third time. Now, it's since been deleted as well, but I was on Twitter and I watched this thing go down live this morning when they tried it. Same message, same everything. I mean, talk about just being ignorant. And then they deleted it. And so you say to yourself, aha, they learned their lesson. If only. And check this out. Instead, FNTASTIC went in, and by the way, this change immediately caught my eye because I've been tracking their every move like a hawk. They've actually gone in and changed up their Twitter profile instead to read with this new message. Read our latest announcements, and then a link to FNTASTIC.com with a bunch of these red emoji up arrows. And you're going to think to yourself, there's no way they would be this bold. There's no way they would be this stupid. Well, you'd be wrong because they are every bit of that and more. FNTASTIC.com has now been repurposed to a landing page for their original shutdown announcement from December, plus their tweet from yesterday that kept getting called out for lie after lie and hit with 2 successive community notes. But now, on their website, far away from those pesky truth sayers, those YouTubers, those Twitch streamers, and those abusive community notes, now it's where nobody can leave feedback. None of this makes sense. I mean, Are they trying to salvage the FNTASTIC brand name here? Because there's not a snowball's chance in hell that rep can ever be repaired. It's long gone. It's burnt toast. It is immortalized in the annals of gaming history as the biggest hype scam game that nearly got away with it. Now, as far as their post and all of this kind of crazy trash over on Twitter, this is not going to stop. This is their MO. They post crazy after crazy. I mean, we've seen it for years. And then somewhere far at the end of the crazy train, expect some sort of crazy announcement. Here's our new game. Check out what we've been working on. Some sort of lunacy like that. Because at this point, they could just disappear. They could rename the entire thing, wipe the board clean, and start over. But they choose to go this route, which is fucking insanity. Now, I've said it many times before, and I'm going to say it here again. The drama and all the outside shenanigans surrounding FNTASTIC and the day before and prop night was far more entertaining than anything their games ever could be. So, if you like textbook gaslighting, deflection, whatever you want to call it, on full display, well, buckle up because I have a feeling this one's just getting started. Sorry, this was supposed to be shorter, but it evolved into a long format I had not envisioned. Remember to leave me any feedback about the day before, hit subscribe, and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. Likes, comments, shares are greatly appreciated. All my socials are in the video description. Thanks to the nearly 190,000 of you that tune in and check out my content. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.